Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
It's not looking too good for our girl Chrisean, man. Damn, it's not looking too good for you, girl. They didn't got a hold to you, man. They done made you content. They are putting allegations on you. Man, y'all know how this internet, once it get on here, all ears and eyes get a hold to it, and it ends up in some place that you might not want it to go. Now, Chrisean Rock is being accused of the unaliving of her son's father. Not Blueface, the other one that keep on saying that was my son. Well, he was saying that was my son. And right before the paternity test, the guy, Ronnie, came up unalive. I believe it was his last court date. And Chrisean had to go do that paternity test. Now, do she want the fame that bad? Do she want to be in Blueface life that bad? The way they putting these charges on this girl, man, all this stuff is alleged. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm going to give y'all the reaction. Chrisean Rock, you might be in trouble. Let's go.
More bad news for Chrisean Rock. The chances that Chrisean Rock is in a jail cell by the end of the year is very high. Chrisean Rock is absolutely cooked. So TMZ reached out to law enforcement after rumors began to circulate that Chrisean Rock was involved in the death of her ex-boyfriend, Ronnie. So the law enforcement official gave TMZ an answer. Now, that answer from my perspective is not good for Chrisean Rock, but we'll get there, okay? Let's just first address why people believe that Chrisean Rock is involved in Ronnie's murder.
In the next 4 to 6 weeks, God willing, Chrisean is going to be required to do a court-ordered paternity test. And once we get this paternity test, we shall have more. Right here, Junior right here.
Can you chill out?
You weird as shit. You weird as shit.
What's wrong?
You weird as shit. Nobody stalking you. That's my son. That's my son. That's my son.
All right, let me stop right there. That baby looked just like the guy Ronnie. Looked just like Ronnie. If that baby didn't look like him, I would have said myself, man, you clout chasing. Even though this move right here, definitely a clout chase move. He got her number. You could have called her. You didn't have to film it and say you could have did that off camera. But I guess he want the world to know that, hey, that's my son. It's not Blueface. He know who he was hitting. Raw, busting up in. She know he was busting up in that thing. Now, it would have made her look bad. If she would have did the paternity test and it would have came out that it was his baby, he not famous. He can't help her with the career, the lane that she's trying to go in. She's addicted to this lifestyle now. She's addicted to this lifestyle. She in front of this camera. She done made probably more money than she ever made in her life. Being with Blueface, getting the attention, the clout from Blueface. She wasn't about to give him no paternity test and prove that that was his baby. I don't know what that man had going on in Baltimore. Only thing that I seen him had going on was getting into it with Chrisean Rock. Let's get back to this.
What you want to do?
Excuse me.
What do you want to do?
I'm calling the cops.
I don't give a f. Call him. Nobody touch you.
Go to the cops.
Call him.
Go.
Yeah.
Go. I'm calling the cops.
Police ass. You a police ass.
Time to go.
You a police ass.
Time to go.
Yes, you heard right. We just got the update. So apparently, there have been some money on Ronnie's head since Friday.
How you know? Who told you that? How you know that?
What's today? Tuesday. So since Friday, apparently somebody put some money on his head. Somebody wanted him dead. And y'all, I found out exactly how it happened. So one of the neighbors says that Ronnie was sitting in his car outside his house when all of a sudden this car pulled up behind him. A person gets out the car. He didn't realize that they had a gun or whatever. They ran up on the car real quick, y'all. They shot him 10 times. So whoever this was, they wanted this done quickly. Now, I'm not going to say it's not a coincidence that him and Chrisean did have.
The ex-boyfriend who was following her from state to state trying to get a paternity order.
Following her from state to state? Oh, yeah, that's his baby. That's his baby. I'm not following nothing state to state. Most men would be glad that she put the baby on somebody else so they ain't got to pay child support. Not, I said most, not all. But they would have been glad. Ooh, I got away with it. She gonna make him pay that child support. I ain't got to pay it. I'm in the good. This man then followed this girl from state to state. Yeah, he was busting like a Russian AK.
Because he was convinced that that was his son and that she was trying to pin his baby on Blueface and ice him out. Now, he was shot and killed a week before the last court date that would require Chrisean Rock to give him a DNA test, right?
That's suspicious. A week?
Now, here's the thing. Her sister did, the Jason Lee interview where the sister says, she implied that Chrisean Rock did this, right? She implied that Ronnie was shot and killed to avoid the paternity test, right? And other people have came and spoke out. Blueface have came and spoke out and says that he don't trust Chrisean Rock. She's a backdoor artist. But here's the thing. Chrisean Rock has confessed to a lot of people in this industry that she did this. I'm not capping. I'm not lying. That's just 100% fact.
Boy, Flacco gonna have your ass in jail. Chrisean Rock, you going down if he got a hold of it. You are going down. You might as well pack you a sack lunch right now, because if he got a hold to it, it's over with.
Right? If Chrisean Rock wants to deny it, I would tell her who she told that she did this. She already confessed to doing this to a lot of people in the industry. Multiple people. Multiple people have told me that Chrisean Rock has confessed to them. So it's either she was popping it and lying, or she really did this. See, she told him specifically, bro was playing around too much, right? Like, bro pulling up on her, like, at the mall was her last straw. So she has told multiple people this in the industry, that she has confessed that she was the one who put the hit on Ronnie, right?
Who she told that to? I know she ain't told nobody that. Who did she tell that she put the hit out on somebody? She ain't slipping. Got to be capped.
Now, there's a Neon clip, like from a stream, that has somehow disappeared from the internet. If anybody can find it, y'all let me know. Where she's telling Neon, he's going to end up in the grave like her baby daddy for playing with her. Now, there's an audio from a few years ago where WAC 100 is predicting that Chrisean Rock will be arrested for Ronnie's murder eventually.
Usually when like that happen, the target never gets hit. And I hate to see she got that little boy in the car and she don't get to cooperate and them niggas do what I know they'll do, bro.
Right. And you still think that ain't Blueface baby, right?
No, that ain't Blueface baby. Bro, listen, look at the baby. The older the baby gets, look at Ronnie. Down to the teeth. Ask one of these ladies
That baby do look like Ronnie.
on the floor, man.
I think her last interview, she kind of told on herself.
But she
They gave nephew $100.
Basically said that she was still messing with Ronnie when she first started, when she was messing with Blueface.
No, we know that. That's what I'm saying. Look, Ronnie was in the delivery room when she had the baby.
What? Come on, man. This nigga lying. I ain't seen no pictures of that. Him in the delivery room. If he was in the delivery room the day that she had the baby, that's his baby. That ain't Blueface, baby. Why would another man be in the hospital that you was doing it to, what they call a nasty, and it ain't his baby? That don't make sense.
This why she went back to Baltimore to have a baby. Ronnie was dead, bro. Look at that baby. And look at Ronnie. I'm talking about down to the two front teeth. It's crazy. Like,
and you know what? You know what's crazy? I just thought about it. Like, she been making a whole lot of threats and shit, like in regards to Blueface life. And a lot of people on social media, they're like, yeah, bitch, you got, yeah.
Look, bro, there's gonna come a day where one of them little gonna get caught and they're gonna use her as a get out of jail free card and they're gonna arrest Chrisean for the murder of Ronnie.
What?
Believe that. That's a fact.
But she sure been talking a whole lot of shit, talking about some, yeah, get the fuck up out the way.
If WAC 100 was lying, Chrisean Rock would sue WAC 100. But WAC ain't lying. And the reason why WAC feels so confident is because there's been confirmation from Chrisean Rock's own mouth. Like, Chrisean Rock has confessed to this through her own mouth. Now, WAC 100 would say this is very similar to Jimmy Henchman. How Jimmy Henchman was in New York, got a bunch of crash dummies. He was paying for hits. They were committing the hits, and he was getting away with it until the wrong crash dummy got caught, and they began to tell, right? Wearing wires, doing whatever they can to get Jimmy Henchman to fall, right? In the case of Chrisean Rock, she's not that connected politically, right? Like, like she's not up no $100 million. Like, she's not no Don in the streets, right? She's a little girl who probably put a hit out there, and they came to collect a little bit of money.
And she did that. She in trouble. There's no way you can get away. There's no way you can hide it. If you done that, she's in trouble. It all depends on how bad they want her. If they want her bad enough, she good as God. If she done it.
They don't got no loyalty to her. So Wack breaks down, A, why he believes she's going to get arrested, and then 2, the circumstances that led him to think that she's involved.
When it come to me, a lot of...
Why? One of these little, just like they did Jimmy Henchman, didn't nobody know until the got booked on one thing and they told the police, Jimmy paid us to kill this motherfucker. You know, can we make a deal? Yes, it's only one way to control that, and the Italians showed you how to do that. And our politic ain't that deep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to knock down the knockdowner. That's it. So, with Ronnie, right? Let me give you the history of Ronnie, right? Remember when Ronnie was with her in the mall and they called the police? Remember Ronnie went to jail? He was in the mall her. Like, that's my baby, this, that, and other, right? So look what Ronnie did. She pressed charges on Ronnie that day. So that week, Ronnie had a court date with Chrisean Rock on Friday for the charges she pressed on Ronnie. Ronnie tells the on Monday, yeah, I got you, you stupid. You ain't smarter than me. Now that we gonna be in court, I can serve you the DNA subpoena.
If that's true, that's where he messed up at. You never know. Let your left hand know what your right hand is thinking. If that's true, let me tell y'all, common sense is it's not hard for you to see through some of this shit. It's not.
Right? He said, I don't give a fuck about the case you filed on me. I got you right there. I'm gonna have them served in front of the judge.
We got to see that though. If that's is that facts? Is that actual? Is that true? Is there any audio, any video with him online saying that? We got to see that and make sure that that's accurate.
It lands Wednesday morning. This court date is supposed to be Friday that she got on Ronnie. Wednesday night, Ronnie dead in his driveway.
That sounds suspicious to me.
So did Blueface get a test?
She won't give it to us. We didn't try to listen.
If that's a foul brawl, man. Why she won't give Blueface a paternity test?
We didn't serve the. She act like she ain't served. You can't. It's only one name on that birth certificate. Only one. Hers.
So that video when they was like talking to her around the corner and the daddy was behind it.
I just double checked. That was actually 7 months ago, not years ago, but still, that was still a long time ago. Where Wack 100 knew beforehand, whatever Chrisean Rock did, whoever she paid to murder Ronnie, it would be sloppy enough to where they're going to get her, right? And that's before this week where somebody has came forward and said the police came knocking. They want to talk to him and interview him because he's been online talking about this Ronnie murder. Now, him and Ronnie was in the DMs back and forth talking about putting money on each other's heads. But he swear he had nothing to do with it.
Wow. So it seemed like Ronnie might have had a beef with somebody else. Is that other person connected to Chrisean Rock?
Now, he claims the police is interested in his relationship with Chrisean Rock and what he can provide there. All right. So TMZ contacted, law enforcement. Now,
TMZ got it. Chrisean Rock ex-boyfriend Ronnie Doe murder still under investigation. 17 months and counting. What's taking them so long? If they got all this evidence on Chrisean Rock, what's taking them so long to solve the case?
I'm gonna tell you this. This response, a lot of people may overlook it, but trust me, this is bad news for Chrisean Rock, like really bad news, okay? So the 2025 murder of Chrisean Rock's ex-boyfriend, Karan Khan, remains unsolved. But police tell TMZ the investigation is still active as detective continues working to identify and catch the killer, okay? Now, Justin Malachi, a rep for Anne Arundel County Police Department in Maryland, they told them, we can confirm that it's open in an active investigation. However, we're unable to provide any additional details. I'm gonna tell y'all this. A lot of y'all will overlook that and say, well, Flacco, they just, no. If somebody contact you and say, hey, is Chrisean Rock a suspect? If you're not a suspect, oh, nah, hell no, she's not a suspect. No. Just like, for example.
Is this why she said, was that video that she did, I'm leaving out the country, after the police came knocking on whoever door they came knocked on? That's why they didn't want to give her a heads up. Because if this is true, all this stuff is alleged at this moment, but if this is true, then maybe that's why she said, we leaving the country. She's still here though. Man, this not good. This all bad.
When Lil Durk was in his court case, right? Now, when they were investigating the murder of Stefan Mack, Lil Durk inquired with the city of Chicago if he was a suspect in his murder. They were back and says, no, he's not a suspect. We don't intend on charging Dirk Banks with this murder. If they reach out and say, hey, is Chrisean Rock a suspect?
That's why they can listen to your phone calls and monitor you and all that. They want you to panic. They don't want to. That's probably what they're doing. They probably watching her and listening to her.
Do y'all intend on charging Chrisean Rock with this murder? There's a lot of people who is online claiming that she's involved. Do y'all intend on charging her with this murder? And they say, well, we can't comment on that. Sorry.
Not good. Anyway, man, leave y'all thoughts. What y'all think about that? Y'all think Chrisean Rock did what they trying to say that she done? Or do y'all think that the boy Ronnie had some beef going on in his hometown? If he had beef going on in his hometown, this sounds like beef. This sounds normal. It don't sound like nothing out the ordinary, anybody that's beefing. Or if any money involved. What do y'all think? Y'all think Chrisean got something to worry about? Y'all think she in trouble? Y'all think she need to get her butt up out that country like she said she was going to do? Or y'all think she good? Leave y'all thoughts in the comment section. Share the video. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It's Compton Rick Rock. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.